My name is David Jackson. I'm from England, and I'm in the stage play Campo Minado. Campo Minado is a show about the Malvinas War, which brings together Argentinians and British veterans from both sides. What I found when I came here, that there's a lot of stereotypical information about the British military during the war. So I think it's very important to give the opportunity to say, well, look, I'm the same as an Argentine veteran. I'm no different. I'm a 60-year-old man with children, with a car which doesn't work sometimes, with a dog, with a house, with bills. But I went to the war and I experienced the same as they did.
How is beside the play, the relation with the Argentinian people that knows that you're a veteran?
I think sometimes they're surprised that we had lunch locally here, and when the waitress found out that I was an English veteran in Barnfield, she was like, "Oh my goodness," you know. But I've never had any negative experiences at all. I think sometimes, you know, veterans of all countries just want validation that they're okay people and they did the best they could, and especially here, you know, I think that's the feeling I get, and if I can help them feel better about their experiences, I just think that's a positive thing. I really do. I do not doubt out there in both countries there are still people who might feel bitter about the war and still think the Argentines and all the British are enemy. But for me, when the war finished, I moved on to doing the job that I loved, which was being in the Royal Marines. I didn't think much about the war. I'm not saying it's not emotional, meeting someone who has had the same experience as you. Of course it is, because it was a pretty heavy, hard, difficult, scary experience. So you have that commonality. But I've never, once it finished, and I didn't think about the war for many years at all. I'm sure they're very proud of me. I suppose in some ways it's not something that we discuss at great length, but you know, I'm sure they're very proud of me. I'm sure my wife's very proud of me, but it's interesting because when I leave here next week and I go home, I pick up my other life. I don't talk about the play. I will show my friends pictures. My friends will say, "Oh, how did it go?" And I said, "Oh, it's great." And you know, "Did you party?" And you know, the things that people talk about. But I sort of leave it, get on with my other work. I have 2 other jobs I have to do. And then probably a week before we travel to Germany at the end of February, I will start to get excited, but excited because I'm seeing 4 friends of mine. You know, I'm getting excited because I'm going to see the Argentines again, because they're good friends. But I think that's the same for anyone in life. If you haven't seen a friend for a long time, you get quite excited that you're going to go and see them and have a beer with them.